Mario Richer, thank you for coming up to the press conference. Two highly emotional games on 2 days. What is your comment on maybe both games, more the game today, since they're both fresh?
Yeah, I think it's two good games. First, BP10 and Stelzing have a very good team. That's why they are first in the league. And when two teams go back-to-back game in overtime, that means that they are close to be the same level. And tonight and last night it was the same situation. One team won in shootout, and yesterday was in overtime. So that's two interesting games, very intense, and that's good for the show.
Clayton, congrats for the game.
Thank you.
Congrats for both games. What is your take on those? Maybe on both games, since it is still fresh.
Yeah, I think yesterday, I think Broncos they really came out hard at us and really had us back on our heels at the beginning, and we always expect that there because they're always aggressive and a very good, talented team with a lot of speed, and we were able to hold them off a little bit, and through the course of the game, I feel like the guys got a little more comfortable and a little more aggressive, and were able to come back, and that shows the character of our team, that the guys, they had a really good focus the whole game, but in the end, we just lost in overtime, and it's very disappointing for everybody because everybody knows that the team to beat is Brunico, especially if we can beat them there. Everybody gets very excited about that. We were very close, and so to come down from such an emotional game and try to focus for today was, I think, difficult for the guys, and I'm sure that they're all excited, and the new guys on the team, the new imports, they got to understand a little bit about Brunico and what kind of team they are and how they need to play, and tonight was, again, like Mario said, a very entertaining game. Great for the fans, great for the players. Those kind of games are, why the guys play the game and why we're in the game, because they're exciting, and you just hate to lose them, and you're emotional up and down. And tonight we were able to come up with a win in the shootout, and I'm very happy for the guys because they worked very hard, and they had they had to go through some adversity, and they're still. I think we're all the teams in the league, it's only been 8 games, so we're all still learning about each other and about the league, and I'm just so excited for the guys that they get rewarded for their hard work tonight.
That's great. So I'm not going to ask you guys about the refereeing. Mario said that he doesn't want to get suspended, so I'll just leave it at that.
I will talk.
Okay.
It's not about the game of tonight. We are at game number 8 of the season. And at that moment, the Italian League of Hockey is very dangerous for the player. I already have 4 players who got a hit to the head. They got concussion. Those guys, most of them are working. So they have a passion of playing. And when this happens, we can do nothing to the league. We cannot send the video to the league. So, and against tonight, there's a hit from behind. Okay, thing happened, my player is in the shower, you don't know where he is, okay? So he's taking a shower with the cold water because you don't know there's hot water on the planet. I'm just kidding, but nobody will have a suspension because we cannot send nothing to the league. If the referee see the call, they look and maybe they will have a suspension, but that's already 6 players since the beginning of the season. I have so many injuries this year that we can do nothing. I have to protect my player, and soon maybe I will change my import and bring some boom, and like that, when a team hit one of my players to the head, and we'll just have fight, because now the rule of the fight is open, I don't know exactly, so I would like to know where the Italian Federation is going with the new rules about the hit, the camera, no camera, we cannot send nothing. So there's a judge who look if there's a hit, if there's a penalty, he will look, and that's a judge, not a hockey person, a judge. So it's just about the question for the league. I want that league to be better. Like I talked before, we had a good show tonight. And last night also, I want those games to be exciting for the fan and not to miss some player because there's no penalty or we can do nothing with the league. So that's my point about that. It's just I want that league to be better.
I think the fighting rule has been pretty clear. So we had 2 fights, one in Valpelletier, one here in Stelzing, and if both players are ready to go, and if there's the time for the fight to develop, and not just one player dropping the glove like today Danny did, then it's a 5+5, and we had it 2 times, so it's a pretty clear. It's a pretty clear rule.
My point with that fight is last year, okay, and I know last 2 years when there's a fight, you have a 1-game suspension. Last year, okay, 2 years ago I have a team with maybe 5 guys who can fight, and we have those rules that as soon they fight, we can do not. They have a suspension. So next game is 2 games, next game is 4-game suspension. This year, in August, just before to start the season, they said, now we can fight. Yeah, but you do a selection of players for the season and the rule change 1 week before the season starts. So every league know in April what's the rule for next year. Here, in the selection of your player, maybe I will take more tougher player. They can play hockey, but they can also fight a little bit. Now, it's all about that. It's you wake up one day and they said, now you can fight, okay? And the next day, last year they changed the rule of fighting in the middle of the season. It's like, come on, okay? It's about there's rule, follow the rule. That's the rule, perfect. But they have to be clear. Everything has to be clear, like the penalty, the fighting rules. It's those guys play, and like I said before, many of them are working, so they play with a passion, and it's kind of dangerous now. That's my point. It's dangerous for them. I want to protect my player, and I like to see a good game like tonight.
Okay, so I think we leave it at that. Mario, thanks for coming. Have a good trip home. Coach, congrats.
Okay.